our R222 and C3 plie.
What? R222.
Oh, this is that thing where it kind of goes.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the stage, C3PA.
I've seen the pictures. I didn't know the
names.
names.
It all happened because at Keisha's birthday one year, I was a little tipsy and making Star Wars.
One more time.
Okay.
And Gina's character gets to come back, which is exciting.
Yeah.
I know, isn't this exciting? We should be there. We should be able to. Yeah, you're live.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Hi.
No, I'm just gonna Ron Burgundy. I don't.
It's bouncing.
I don't believe you.
It's bouncing in the mother
Scotch,
effing
Scotch. I love
studio.
Scotch.
Bounce.
All right, guys, let's try this again. Welcome to Razor Ridge, Werewolf the Wild West.
Woo! Yeah.
I am your GM. I am Mac. Cut me some slack, Jack Beauvais.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. You guys have all heard this already because I'm repeating again. And I've got this one joke for tonight, and I'm gonna fucking say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let these people introduce themselves.
Okay. Cut me some slack. Everything. Once again, I swear to God, there are gremlins that come in and they switch all the settings, and then it's
They're
just
jealous
so I can,
of your hair.
Thank you.
Their mermaid hair.
It's just so I can hang out with Stu more, so that I can't let him be in peace. My name is Gina. I am guesting, producing, and playing a lovely character that Miss Mac made for me, named Patsy. She's awesome.
Yeah, Patsy Amaranthus.
Patsy Amaranthus.
Yeah, because unfortunately Nick is not doing so well today.
I know. Wish him well.
Potentially contagious, and while we like the contagion of lycanthropy, other things probably not so much.
No.
Thank you.
No.
And I'm Sam. I play Sigrun Eld, who is a awkward wolf Viking who sometimes is a human in the Wild West.
Tell them about your character.
Yeah, exactly. I play me, basically.
Hello, I am Jesse. I played Jeremiah Watts. He is a metis and he's also the town preacher. He eats self-loathing for breakfast.
Oh.
I think we also decided he was like an albino Benedict Cumberbatch.
He is the albino Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
I remember things. Not often, but occasionally.
And I play Charles Dances with the Fae Brecht, the Galliard Fianna. And he's ginger, mostly naked Ryan Reynolds. So you're welcome.
As one does.
As one does.
Match made in heaven, those two.
Ship it. Bam.
Yeah.
Before we go into the lovely recap, I did want to note that it's been a little while since we played this game, but I do read everything you put in the chat because I'm a creepy stalker person. And it was pointed out that the rite of pants, as we've been colloquially calling it, was done incorrectly. So I would like, if you would like, to give you an opportunity to re-roll your roll for the rite of pants.
Okay, so what is my correct roll?
It's actually, so you spent the Gnosis point already. It was
Yes.
not a Gnosis roll, though. It's under the Mystic category for rites, and so it's going to be a Wits plus Rituals roll, difficulty of 5 for clothing.
Okay. So I have a wits of 2, and do I have the I don't have the rituals knowledge. So can I still make the roll?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll with what you have. So you may still not make the roll, but don't forget into the tray.
Oh, sorry. That is a 10 and a 7.
You have like 6 pairs of pants now on you. Just
let's go ahead and just make
pants.
it the pants and the shirt. They come back when I transform.
Well, we had pants for that, so you would have to do it separately for another piece of clothing.
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm just joking that it was so
it's
good
like
that it was just
like
poker. Maybe like cargo pants. Like it was so good, you come back with cargo pants and you can carry shit. I don't know.
Yeah, Charles
It's
wears
like
cargo
tearaway
pants now.
pants with
He
more
has
pants
no
underneath. Yeah,
sense of fashion, so.
He's got those like hiking boots with yeah.
Oh no, he's wearing flip flops.
No.
Yeah, I did want to give you an opportunity to do that roll correctly. So while it was very comical last time that you're like, I nailed this, everything's great, you probably should have rolled something else. So I have corrected it.
Hooray!
Yay.
So, this does not really affect how last game went, though. So, still good. Still good when he turns back to a human. He has pants, so good.
Yeah.
Good for Jeremiah.
Good for me. Get to keep my clothes.
Keep your clothes and keep those sinful thoughts away.
Don't let them all come.
I ship it.
I mean, he's only got pants though, so they're still probably a little sick.
Oh yeah, he still has like that cut V thing going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
like the abs.
Shoot.
Ooh,
Actually,
my.
it's more risque now that he doesn't. It's just jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving some
yeah.
in the imagination.
All right, so let's find out what happened last time.
What happened last time? Let's see.
Previously on.
Began earlier on the barn burning night. Chen went back to his tailoring shop, closed up, and meditated on his arrival in Razor Ridge. From rural China to the tutelage of werewolf monks to the American West, in search of communication with the spirits. He missed all of the flaming excitement. The next morning, a groggy Charlie threw a shoe at the window to fend off the rising sun. Chen, already awake, went to investigate the burning smell. Sigrun and family were sorting through the rubble. Sigrun gives him a super verbose account of what happened. The barn burned down. Jeremiah walked through town on his way to retrieve the holy water trough. Who has an awkward off? Oh, I think it was me and Chen. We're having
Oh,
an
it
awkward.
definitely was you and Chen.
We were having an awkward off.
Yeah, because he came by to be like, "Can I
Yeah.
assist your family?" And you're just like, "I don't know how to interact with anybody."
It was a draw. Nobody won.
We're all losers in that situation.
Charlie finally got up and got some coffee. He grabbed a pair of the preacher's loner robes and headed off to return them. He ran into Anatoly, the butcher, who frequently feeds scraps to the neighborhood dogs, and then arrived at the barn. He chided Chen for missing the barn fire, then went to talk to Astrid and gave her a wad of cash, which she accepted reluctantly. Jeremiah showed the group a symbol that he saw in a dream. It's the same as Sigrun's dream. Charlie and Chen also dreamed it. Jeremiah was uncomfortable with spiritual business. The four carried the holy water basin back to church. Sigrun says she needs to go check on her other siblings. The pack decides to go together. But first, pants. Chen tries to teach Charlie the rite of pants, unsuccessfully, which we're retconning to successfully. Sigrun,
It's a complete shock to everyone.
complete shock to everyone.
It's still like he had super bad ADD, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"Well, there goes."
It still took forever, though, so Sigrun got super bored and wandered off to go find her kin. She got out of town and felt watched. She noticed an older woman in a lone house looking at her. So she attempted to be nonchalant, to mixed success. The lady sat in the rocker and knitted, still laser-focused on Sigrun, who rounded a corner and stopped to wait for the pack. Charlie came barreling up the mountain in his bow, saw the lady and stopped. He started to head towards the lady, so Sigrun disrobed and wolfed out too. Chen and Jeremiah started heading up the ridge. Chen noticed the house also. He can tell the house was purposely hidden before, but it's apparently been there for a while. He pointed it out to Jeremiah, who also saw it. Jeremiah sensed that the lady was mortal, but had magic. "She's from the devil," he says. Charlie yips at the lady. She says, "You are not like the last pack." Sigrun sits down in front of her. The lady seems to have been expecting her. Charlie transforms into a very naked human, and Jeremiah is embarrassed. The lady wanted to chat inside. Jeremiah thinks she's Satan. The lady makes tea while the pack argues. There are a lot of doilies. Jeremiah came over, covers Charlie's shame with his robe, while the lady tells us we're not like the first pack. She asks us about the dreams and introduced herself as Eileen Osterman. She asked us what we know about cairns and tells us that there's one near the town. She shared that she had some troubling feelings and isn't sure she can handle it alone. She doesn't seem to have any worm taint, so Charlie says he'll help and asks her if she's seen any fairies around. Osterman draws us a map of where the cairn is. It's in the mountain. So Sigrun asks her about the fire on her way out, but Osterman doesn't know anything. Jeremiah says a lot of Hail Marys, and Charlie is super pumped. Chen throws some I Ching to read the omen, and he gets a sense that Osterman is a neutral party. Sigrun gives a "where are you" howl to her siblings and gets back a "we're all fine here, thanks." Family is fine, so it's cairn time. Jeremiah is not excited but agrees to go. The pack heads off through Boot Hill and into the mountains. Chen gets a flash from the past. Something draws him forward, and we follow into the mountain. Through a natural labyrinthine cave, Sigrun marks the turns to find the way out, and even Jeremiah feels the primal energy. The pack comes to a circular dome space, and on the wall is the symbol. It's the totem of Fenris! Lots of exclamation points.
Yay.
Yes. So,
we found the thing!
yes. So when we left, the 4 of you, now 3 of you, Chen is really, really into the symbol on the wall, so he's just doing his thing, because Nick's not here. But yeah, you guys found the cairn, so that's where you still were, and you felt that there was a power within that was sort of emanating and felt right, and sort of helped further the connections between all of you. And Jeremiah is also having a particular reaction to it that was unexpected. Do you want to tell people about that?
Yes. So Jeremiah has a vial around his neck that he keeps tucked into his shirt that contains a piece of bone in it, and he fills it with holy water as well. And that starts to burn, like not horribly, but in an interesting way. And that causes him to have a flashback. So here we go.
Everybody gets dramatic flashbacks in this game.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a flashback. So Jeremiah is a metis. So he was born of two werewolves, right? Because they're not supposed to mate. And he has hated that since he was a small child. He was born hating himself, born hating being a werewolf. So he eventually abandons his parents, but takes with him, he doesn't even know why, he doesn't even want it, this little fragment of bone in a vial, because it's the one thing that he has to remember his parents by, even though he doesn't even really want to take it, but something makes him. So he takes it. He wanders to a nearby town, not Razor Ridge yet, but he gets picked up by 2 people who end up adopting him and raising him. However, when they see his true form on accident, they get sent into delirium.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oops.
And and he is forced to leave again and ends up in Razor Ridge and finds the church and just is really all about that life, and becomes just a complete ignorer of everything werewolf, everything that they're supposed to be about, and grows up learning the ways of the church and eventually takes it over in Razor Ridge and never leaves. And yeah, but he still has that piece of bone from the parents that he loathed so much, and it's being affected by the cairn.
Ooh.
So, meanwhile, Patsy had ridden out of town after the barn fire.
Right.
And I don't think anybody really went searching for her afterwards.
No, she was just passing through. So.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
they
I did ask where she was.
I think
Ah.
you asked like offhandedly, but nobody went to go look for her because you guys are terrible. So what is
trying.
Patsy doing now?
Stuff to do?
You're so busy with pants.
I think she. How much time has passed? It's the next day, and about
It's
midday later.
Yeah, it's a midday.
okay. I think she maybe checked out town, saw if there was any like little bit of work she could get, but just proceeded to try to just start leaving town. But something doesn't seem right to her. Like it feels like unfinished business.
Sure.
There was something not right about that fire. There was something not right about those folks, but also right because they're they're kin, they're kind. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's time to leave. So she's gonna head back in.
Okay.
Yay.
Cool.
So what are you gonna do when you head back into town?
I think I will stop at there was a saloon, right?
Yes.
And
Merryweather's.
Merryweather's, and ask if they've seen y'all, if they've seen Charlie or the preacher, or that very attractive strange girl. I think her name was Sigrun.
Yeah. So Annette is working at the bar. She's busy sort of polishing the bar, but being as it's Razor Ridge, I mean, it's kind of just a raw wood at this point. It's only polished by the fact that it's been so well worn at this point. It's very warped. You've got a couple of people that are scattered around in the saloon, you know, drinking and minding their own business. So you go up and you ask Annette about everybody.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, I gotta answer this phone real quick.
Sure.
And, okay.
That's some fancy technology you got there.
I know they did have phones back then.
I don't know when that
It's a
happened.
telegraph. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It would have to be. Like the phone service is going to have phone lines out to Razor
I
Ridge.
Razor Ridge
actually-
probably not, but like a real city around this time actually would. I thought that
it
kind of
ain't a
cool.
real
We had like
city.
one,
think I'm quiet.
maybe.
Ooh, Sombra.
Well, being honest,
Sobra.
the preacher don't come in here. He ain't got no business in here. Charlie comes in a mite more than I would like, but I ain't seen him since the fire incident. And but if you do see him, he owes me my spittoon back, and
saw
he
me this
better
morning.
bring it. Yeah, and yelled at you, and you said, "I can't hear you. I don't speak English," or something.
There were a lot of spittoons there that night.
And you know what? All of these other nice gents brought him back, except for Charlie.
Well, that's not polite.
No.
I will let him know when I see him.
And his credit will be on hold and then some if you don't bring that spittoon back.
All right. I will let that gentleman know when I see him, if I see him. But you have no idea where he might be.
With Charlie, I mean, he's drinking or running around the street being crazy. There's really not much what can be done about that boy.
Well, maybe people just haven't tried hard enough yet.
Ma'am, you are very welcome to try.
Certainly. Thank you very much for your help. I will.
Sorry. I just love the idea that back at Charlie's home, his brother just, why the hell is there a spittoon here?
We don't chew.
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on?
that smash cut to the house. It's like, what is this?
I could go out to Homestead
Mm-hmm.
to see, but I'm looking at my character sheet to see if I am able to kind of track where they might have gone. But otherwise,
Yeah, I mean, are you wanting to kind of like sniff them out?
yeah.
So you're going to have, even in a human form, a Hamid form, you're still going to have some heightened senses. Not as much as you would, probably in another form. But if you wanted to basically try and track them, and she did say Charlie, passed by earlier, I would say that's
Awesome.
going to be...
Oh my lordy, I do not have dice.
we can fix that very easily for you.
Thank you. Sorry, I came really quickly.
Let's see. I don't think there's a tracking on here. There's investigation.
I got
Survival?
alertness, and I have.
It might be investigation though, because you're
investigation.
trying to like
Okay.
actually sniff out where he went.
Perception.
I'm going to say
investigation?
perception and let's do investigation.
Cool.
In here, let me get you some
That would give me
dice.
4.
Did anybody have any help of players, by the way?
No.
I did not write down that I did, so
I don't have.
I don't think
other
you did. I
sheets.
think you spent that because you say that every game, and so
Well,
I'm seeing a pattern.
if I write it down, then it means I did. If I
Yeah.
didn't write anything down, then no.
And I don't think
So
people want to
chat,
help
it'd
Charlie's.
be a good time for help of players because I think everybody is zilch. on that.
Bereft of help of players.
Yeah.
Bereft.
I was gonna say I don't think they want to help
Ooh,
Charlie because
those
he's
are beautiful.
just so much fun to watch him fail.
They're not like silver
Boy,
at all.
howdy. The best part is if
Okay.
you have helpful player dice and still fail.
That is
Ooh, those
That's
are
a
pretty.
special skill
the
set.
ultimate pain.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm gonna say your target's 6s. You've checked.
All
the
right.
rolls.
We'll see. We got.
Ooh.
That's pretty. We got 4.
4.
Yeah.
All right. You kind of go outside, and
like
I
your
imagine
dice.
trying to be a little surreptitious about it. Kind of
Okay.
Got the allergies.
Maybe.
Oh, it's a dusty
Yes.
town. And you can tell that he's kind of tracked around. The most recent path that you're seeing, or that you're getting, is Chen's shop is
Okay.
right near the saloon.
Oh, okay.
And so there's that, and if you kind of follow around the side of the building, you'll notice that the trail leads off into the desert.
Okay. I shall continue to follow that trail.
Meanwhile, you guys are back at the cairn staring at a very old symbol that's very faded. I know Charlie was super excited about being there.
Charlie's-
Chen is enwrapped and kind of seems to have gone into a meditative state. So don't talk to him. I'm not playing Nick's character for him.
We tried talking to him. We just gotta. There go my hand. But
The one finger.
so as we established, Charlie has his pants again, so he's not butt naked.
Yes. Charlie now has pants.
He's popped back into his helmet form, and he is going bananas right now. He is just on cloud 9. It's like, Jerry.
He has
Jeremiah.
like a 1,000-yard stare,
Jer-
and he's like messing with something down here on his chest.
What do I have to roll to put you in a headlock?
I don't know. I don't think you'd have to roll for that. He's kind of
Grapple.
like completely not in the
Okay,
room.
yeah. So Charlie pulls Jeremiah into a headlock. Can you see this?
He like pushes you off, and he's like, "I need to leave.
What? No. It's a cairn. We found a cairn.
I need to leave." And he turns around.
No. I'm gonna. Charles grabs Jeremiah by the shoulders. You cannot leave. You're a theurge. You gotta do the spirituality stuff.
Are you going to let him grab you by the shoulders?
Nope. Do I have to roll to combat that?
You're going to have to roll to grab him by the shoulders.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys competing rolls. So both give me, since it's more of like a grappling, give me Dex and Brawl. Both
Okay.
of you.
Alrighty.
And tell me how many successes you get over 6.
Okay. Difficulty 6. Rolling first. I got
Try it out.
2.
2? All right.
Yeah, so not a hard roll.
3.
3? All right.
Cool.
It's not going to be like the quickest brush off, but he goes to get you by the shoulders, and you just kind of like break free from it. And you notice this is, I mean, this was not like a stop. Like it was like serious.
And he keeps going.
What the hell are you doing?
He's just gonna keep going.
All right.
I follow.
Oh, we
All
might
right.
have some inter-party fighting.
No, by all means, please continue.
What
You guys
are you-
making my job real easy.
Hey. Jeremiah, what the hell are you doing?
Leave me alone.
Oh my god. Listen, I you are a theurge. You are supposed to be our spiritual guide. We have a... You're not the theurge? All right, you're the Philodox.
Yes.
You're a Philodox. We need you there to help guide. You're supposed... all of us need to be there. It's very important. We've got a theurge kind of in a weird... for the audio portion, he does like a weird hand thing. We have him doing that. I'm going to have to do performance. You're the judge. You judge. It's what you do.
I'm not any of those things.
That's cute. That's cute. That's a really cute idea. Now tell me, was that a polar bear who threw the holy water on a fire, or oh wait, no, that was you, because you're a guru. You're a werewolf. You're one of us. Running away is not going to change that. You know that, right?
He's gonna keep walking. He's still going.
Okay. Are you following the notches that Sigrun sort of scratched out, or are you just blindly navigating through?
I think I'm just blindly going.
All right.
Well,
I
when
don't
you're,
think
He's not paying
you
attention.
probably wouldn't have noticed me do that.
well, when you're done with your pity party, I'll be here. And I stomp on back, and I'm all about it.
Our first fight.
Aw.
When you get back
Naughty.
in, Sigrun's just like, what the fuck?
Hell if I know.
Got a bunch of help the players.
Oh,
So,
All you have to do is ask.
yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
I'm helping
Mythico.
you guys.
And almost have a fight.
So
That too.
1 round of everybody,
Oh,
and
cool.
then a little extra help for Steven.
Aw.
Yeah, Charlie.
All right.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Yeah.
Two, and then pass one down if you would.
Certainly.
Because you are the source of all the ships. It says.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
true.
roll all the
ships.
shippable of games.
Yes,
All
I
shippable
ship it.
games.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremiah might be messing up his ship if Patsy's gonna come rolling in and he's being a brat.
Dios mío.
Oh,
So,
that's gonna be the.
Now, you are wandering through. It is very confusing. Like, you bump into a dead end and stuff. You're gonna have to figure out a way out. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be very easy to get turned around in there unless
Okay.
you really are concentrating on trying to find out.
He's gonna start having a full-on mental breakdown.
oh
Roll
boy.
for mental breakdown.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
He's
Hey, that was me last week.
Is gonna need a lot of therapy.
Okay, if you're in the world of darkness, you need therapy. It's kind of part
I
of the
mean,
game.
probably.
Probably.
There's one more help a player for Jesse.
Aw.
I want to see you guys murder
I know
each
this
other.
is
They do. They want to see you
peanut
fight.
gallery commentary on here though, because there's gonna be a fight. That's what it says.
There
Remember
might
all
still
of
be.
those helpful players that
Sword.
Stork and I are act up? And
Yeah,
That's
that's
true,
guess who
yeah.
that's from.
That was crazy.
I wonder. You just said his name. Say it 2 more times, and maybe he'll.
Ah.
Oh.
He'll curse your dice. No.
So,
And may all your dice be ones.
Ah! Ooh, Mina's curse.
so back at the unawakened cairn, which I guess is just sort of like a nice empty room with a get a Fenris logo at this point. I'm not going after him. All right, I'm not. Okay, he's being a punk. he's being a little turd is what he's being. I'm not dealing with that. I need a. Why are you looking at me like that?
It just walks back out. I'm still in Lupus form, of course.
Oh yeah, no, it didn't matter.
A wolf huffing at you and then walking.
Just like a judgmental stare from a wolf.
I do not need your judgment, Siggy. That's right. I'm calling you Siggy now.
So I'm gonna smell out where Jeremiah has gone.
Okay.
And try and find him.
Jeremiah's going to just sink to the ground and have his head in his hands.
So you wanna track Jeremiah?
Yes, I would like to track Jeremiah.
Let's see.
I do have heightened senses.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
And that should give you a bonus. I have it somewhere. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's in the other document. I think I have notes. All right, heightened senses level 1. Because I don't know if you've used this.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, so the werewolf sharpens her senses beyond their normal reach. In the Hamid or Gladborough form, her senses become as sharp as those of a wolf. While in her wolf forms, her senses become incredibly potent. This gift is taught by a wolf spirit. The Guru spends a gnosis point. In Hamid and Gladborough forms, her perception difficulties are reduced by 2. She may also roll perception plus primal urge difficulty 6 to perform sensory feats impossible to humans. In all other forms, her perception difficulties are reduced by 3 and gains an extra die to the primal urge dice pools. The effects last for 1 scene. So you would spend a gnosis point.
Okay.
And then, since you are in lupus form, it would be perception and primal urge. You will get an extra die,
Okay.
and it's a difficulty of 6.
Okay. So I spend 1 gnosis point, and perception and primal urge.
Yeah, primal urge probably would have been better
And
for
I-
tracking everybody.
Do I
but-
get an You said I get an extra die?
Yes.
Okay. And perception.
And make sure you mark off a gnosis point.
I did. Yes.
Okay. And after this session, we'll discuss also when Nick is back how you guys can restore Gnosis and everything. Because
Cool.
I gave you guys a gimme for going to the cairn. But now that you have the cairn available to you, it's something where you will be able to restore those things.
Okay.
Unlike vampire, it's more ritual based.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. Okay. And I need 6s?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I think I'm so bad.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yep.
Still enough. You're gonna weave back through and notice his trail definitely doesn't go the way that your slash marks have gone, and you find Jeremiah huddled in a dead end corner, not doing so good.
Not doing great.
I just walk up and lick his face.
Aww.
Aw.
And then sit down in front of him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like really shook by that.
What do you do?
He'll look up. He'll be startled, a little startled, and see her and just look at her. And oh gosh, I think they're just gonna stare at each other for a minute.
And just as a reminder, even regardless of form, you guys can
Yeah.
interact
Yeah.
with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Just a reminder, because I know sometimes that gets a little confusing.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a minute, and then when I realize he's not going to talk, I'll, like, just like a little howl of comfort, like, oh.
I think that's gonna work. I think he's gonna feel a little better.
Aww.
Nose nudge him up, like, get up.
All right, he'll get up.
Jeremiah's heart
Are you in wolf form?
Yeah.
It's like, that'd be adorable if you weren't. Just
She
be like,
probably would do the same either way.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so. So they're having their bonding moment. You are tracking quick across
Cool.
the desert there. Give me, what did I have you guys do for this before? I think it was perception and... I think it was perception and enigmas I had you guys roll last time. Not occult.
Okay.
It might have been perception and occult. Whichever one you got some points in.
Okay. You said the other one's enigmas?
Yeah.
It's under knowledge.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
think
got-
your occult attire actually
yes,
have a copy of your sheet.
It is.
So,
And
go ahead and roll occult and perception.
Okay.
Um,
Why am I not picking those?
difficulty 6.
Okay. Ooh, that one's not as good, but I got 2.
2?
Yeah, this one.
You see a
It's
house
a 3.
sitting out there sort of in the middle of the desert that you kind of didn't really realize was there before.
Okay.
So,
Kind of like its own little oasis, or is there
so
brush or
basically you
anything
got
around
the
it?
ridge and you got the edge of town
Okay.
and what you're tracking. The scents start to get a little muddled
Okay.
in that area and do seem to track off with all 4 of the scents of that you've been tracking leading over to the house.
Okay.
But you also can smell that they led away again. So do with that information as you will.
Okay. Do I see any activity at the house? Like, is there smoke coming from any sort of chimney?
Actually, yeah, you
Does
probably
it
see a
seem-
little curl of smoke. And there's
Okay.
curtains, but you might see a little bit of like a shadow movement from inside.
I will go ahead and head to the house then. I don't know that I have particular reason to skedaddle. Go quickly. Okay.
Okay. So you want to go investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will go to the house. And if we're still there, I'm gonna go knock on the door. Unless anybody comes out as I approach.
They're a ways off from you right now.
Okay. No, I meant at the house. So, okay, the house is still a ways off.
No. You can get to
Okay.
the house. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was confused about which thing you're asking about. The door opens.
Okay.
Nobody is actually standing there.
Oh.
But you can hear a rocking chair creaking on floorboards inside.
That's
Okay.
creepy.
Yeah.
Nope. I've seen this horror movie.
I'm gonna continue to walk in, but knock again and just say, "Pardon me.
Yes, what do you want?
I'm looking for some of my friends. Mind if I come in? Have see if you've seen them recently.
Why are you looking for them? Worked on the German accent, by the way. Just in case anyone's wondering.
Yes.
Well,
I'll beat the shade.
to be quite honest, ma'am, that's what I'm getting, ma'am, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met them last night. There was fire out at a homestead, and I was leaving town, and it just didn't feel right. I just want to make sure everybody's okay.
You are like them, but you are not with the pack. I can tell that.
That's right.
And you just are here passing through to help them?
I was passing through town, but I came back just to make sure everything was okay.
And she just kind of studies you, and you can tell there's something just a little off about this woman. They have moved on past this house. I have done what I was meant to do for them, and frankly, I don't think it is up to me to tell you where they are.
I can understand that, ma'am. Out here on your own, minding your own business and all, but, I just truly, there was a spark, kind of a connection, if you will, and nature or the universe or maybe the God Lord in heaven is calling to me that I need to find them.
It was the one with the least clothing, wasn't it?
Well, to be honest, he was the first one that caught my eye. That is true.
Well, unfortunately, I cannot help you with where I'm starting to slip. I was working on it. You are not of their pack, and it is not my business to divulge pack secrets.
Have you ever been in love, ma'am? Something just tugs so hard on your heartstrings that you just can't let it go.
I need you to roll charisma and empathy for me.
Yes.
Not
Subterfuge.
Are you trying to manipulate her, or are you being genuine with her?
I'm trying to manipulate her.
If you're trying to manipulate her, roll manipulation and empathy then.
Okay.
And
Oh,
see
man, I was hoping
and
that
see
was
how well that
sincere.
goes for you.
Oh no.
I'm going to say your difficulties on manipulation are going to be 9s.
Oh.
So let me know how that checks out.
all right.
For love.
Okay. Now might be a good time to say that there are more helper players.
Oh,
Wow.
And these are each worth 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
ma'am.
So we do have help player for Patsy and Daisy,
Yay.
for Miss Samantha for her excellent note taking,
Aw.
and for Miss Jessie for the sincerity of your squeeing.
Thank you.
Okay, we're in.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
No, that's cool. Okay. I forgot what the other one was. Empathy.
Yeah.
Oh man, 2, 3. Look at all the 8s though.
Oh, man.
I would have had
had
8s
6
or
on
above
8.
it.
Yeah, but I have 3.
Wow.
You got to her.
2 point.
I know.
You got through that cold German exterior.
Look. I understand what you're trying to do here.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have been around a long time. But you do seem to want to help. I cannot give you all of the information. I can put you in the right direction.
I'd be obliged if you did.
Follow along out past the boot hill and towards the mountain. And that is as much information as I can give you. The rest is their personal pack business.
I'm very appreciative.
Please leave.
I just want to basically uber perception, kind of paying attention to everything that was in that room
Okay.
and her, just to kind of try to.
What are you trying to parse out exactly, though? Like, I can tell you what the room looks like. I mean, she's obvious. She's got tea next to her.
She is more than what she appears
Is
to
she
be.
more than what she appears to be?
Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for versus what's actually in the house.
Yeah.
Give me perception and occult.
Okay.
Difficulty on that's going to be 8.
Okay. Ugh. No, I don't think I have anything. Nope. Nothing.
Seems like a little old lady.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That's so cool.
But you're definitely getting a weird vibe.
Yeah.
And when
Okay.
she said please leave, it sounded like it was please was on there
Yeah.
for just the sake of
But
sounding
it was
nice.
get
But
out.
the real word in that sentence was leave.
Mm-hmm.
That was not an invitation to leave. It was you're done here. Get out of my house.
Got it. Perfect.
Because you pushed buttons, and
Yeah.
even though you could tell
She
that
doubted it enough to give me.
well, and you could tell, like, because you're very good at manipulation. You're very good at talking people, round in circles. You could tell that she was not 100%, but was leaning towards not buying it.
Yeah.
Even with all of your charisma and know-how in that, there was still like.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this does not seem like somebody
Excellent.
you wanted to fuck with.
No.
And the minute you
Definitely
walk out the
don't.
door, she has not moved from that spot, and her rocking chair is far from the door, and the door
But the
slams.
bam. Okay.
I love her.
I know.
I love her
love
so
her.
She's
much.
pretty awesome.
She is
The
so
Ostermans.
She is so
Osterman's
fucking rad.
legendary.
like I want a mage game to happen just so we can have more of them.
More Ostermans.
We need more Ostermans.
Okay. Cool.
Hashtag need more Ostermans.
Yeah.
Put it on the forum.
Make it a thing. Start a petition.
So you've had that interaction. Are you going to start heading out towards the hill then?
Yep. Absolutely.
So you do that. You guys are still in the cairn area or cairn adjacent. In some people's case here. Crying.
Yeah.
Jeremiah has gotten up.
Yeah?
Yes. He
What are you
has
guys gonna
felt
do?
her comfort. I guess. Can you lead me out of here?
Gonna lead him back to the cairn.
When you return to the cairn, Jesse, I call him Jesse. Charles is still like ranting to a very I'm not listening to you, Chen. And it is like, you know what? If he just loosened up a little bit, he'd have a lot more fun in life. And it's not my fault. I try to be his friend. I try to be a good friend on top of that. I try to be a really good friend because he's the only person here.
Unfortunately, Charlie, life isn't always about fun.
You're back! You're back. Hi.
I feel like Chen probably just rolls his eyes before going back to meditation.
Hey, Sig. That's your tribe, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, $1 million question. You're from what's that place? Germany, right? Well, your tribe is the Get of Fenris, I assume.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who did this research? God, I never thought I'd be the smart one in a room. Wait a second, I'm the smart one in a room.
Again, Chen rolls his eyes.
You get a bunch of actual Viking lore barked at you because
Oh wait, I can actually understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
because my kinfolk are Scandinavian and they taught me about Fenris and Loki and Ragnarok and all of that because they didn't understand that there's a difference between the wolf pack Fenris and Viking lore.
I'm just trying
Oh,
to
that's amazing.
Oh, I love that. That makes me so happy.
Oh my goodness, they're totally right. They're giving Kimmy a solid because I had fixed it and then it got tilted.
Oh, I probably moved it.
Sorry,
That's
guys.
totally okay.
Sorry, guys.
I touched it. Sorry.
It's all beautiful now.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You come from a long line of guys with pointy hats. I'm just trying to figure out why your tribe's sigil would be here on this rock. I'm loving this. I'm so happy right now. Oh, great, cairn spirit. Think they can hear me? I don't think they can hear me. Chen, can you make them hear me? I can't speak spirit. No.
I can only speak one spirit.
So in the dreams we were having, if I remember correctly, it looked like we saw the symbol and it looked like it was written in blood or somebody smeared blood on it.
Well, the combination you guys got was that, yeah, at some point, and even just looking at it, it's from many repetitions of the symbol being drawn out, and it does have sort of a dark, brownish color to it.
Okay.
Well, I got nothing. I know what it is, but can't exactly fix it or make it awake.
What?
The cairn.
Now you're riding on Daisy, so you're moving pretty quick. You're hitting the outer edge of Boot Hill, I'd say.
Okay.
Can we hear the horse from where we are or no?
And there's a lot of echoing sounds, but it's like, little like, blusters of like wind from outside kind of.
Troy just kind of dramatically throws himself on the ground, sprawls out.
I'm gonna walk up to the symbol and smell it.
Okay.
What does it smell like?
Rock.
Unhelpful. Smells
Chen,
like rock.
you got any great ideas that don't involve you? Yep, there's the finger. That's what I was expecting. Yes, the finger of silence.
Well, I just got a terrible feeling and left before I even knew what was going on. So what is going on? What is
Okay, all right, Germ. I'm gonna learn you something good.
this? Germ.
Right, Jerome.
You are standing at a gateway to. I'll make it easy on you. God.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, it is. This is a gateway to God.
No, I spent a lot of time learning about that. That's
You know where the
not-
burning bush was? Imagine that. Imagine we're standing where a burning bush would be. God, I fucking hate this. That's what church is dumb. You could have learned this stuff. You should have learned this stuff. I hate being the smart one. Chen, I hate being the smart one. Trade me spot. Stop giving me the finger. Okay. Long story short, this place is holy, but it's not working right now, from what I can tell.
It was. You had a rush of power and you guys got in there. You've decided that it doesn't have a lot going on. So
I bring up the fact that he's very dumb.
yeah.
And
You
can't
guys-
get
you guys-
the cairn spirit to talk to
felt
him.
the rush of it,
Yeah.
and there's still power here. There's still something that feels like it's resonating. And when Jeremiah and Sigrun came back in, it felt like the resonation got even more noticeable. And it's not like you're not like physically like rattling or something, but there's just this vibration. It's like, if you're someplace where the air is kind of moving around you, it's the force.
Yeah, no, werewolves have the force.
Yes.
It's basically the force, and it felt more connected when all four of you were in there together than when different groups have exited from there.
Come on, you gotta feel that.
I feel nothing.
You're a damn liar.
He just had a mental breakdown for no reason. I'm okay.
Ugh.
It's just a drawing on a wall.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And werewolves don't exist. Sig, without going into another long barking tirade, what do you think we should do?
I mean, what if we did the thing in the dream?
What dream? I didn't get a dream. Hey, listen to the last couple episodes. Charlie didn't get the dream.
No, I'm very, very aware of that. Charlie also hasn't seemed to be particularly receptive to some things, so... It was working its way around the pack, obviously, with leaving Charlie for last.
Probably the best
Are you just sad because you don't have a dream? You probably had it, but it got like so fuzzed up with everything else that you were dreaming at the time that you're like, oh, I don't care about that. Oh, liquor.
It's probably buried in between a bunch of different other dreams.
It's very possible. So
Yeah.
it may have occurred at some point.
Liquor, I hardly know her.
I hate everything
pockets.
about this.
I have all the time in the world for that joke. I love that joke.
Yes.
But back to the game.
Back in the game.
You're getting out to the end of Boot Hill, and you're getting close to the actual mountainside.
Okay. Still have a scent. Okay.
Actually, I think seems a little more trampled and weird here, and you're also riding on Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say do another roll, but this time let's do the perception and primal urge. That's the better one for that.
Cool. What am I looking for?
6s.
Let's see. Ooh, my lord. Oh
Yay.
no, I got 3. Okay. I looked at the first 2 were shite.
So you got 3?
Yes, I got 3.
All right.
3.
So they definitely
3.
pass through here,
Okay.
all 4 of them. And it's definitely heading right towards the mountains, but the mountains, from where you're standing, you can't quite parse out just visually looking where they went. You're going to probably have to, it's getting really rocky, you're probably going to have to dismount from Daisy. If you want to continue forward, it's going to probably have to be on foot.
I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll leave Daisy behind in a safe spot with some apples because I always have apples for Daisy.
There's not a lot out there. You may have to tie her up to a grave cross.
Okay.
That's the cute side of the table.
She's been in worse situations. She's a tough gal.
All right, so, and then you start continuing on foot.
Okay.
To the rocks. Okay. Meanwhile, inside.
Meanwhile, Jeremiah and I had the same dream.
You both... Jen, did you have the dream? Oh, there's the finger again. Shocking.
I think it requires blood. It was traced in blood in my dream.
Well, shoot, hand me a knife. I'll do it.
It just shows you your claws.
Well, fine, if you're going to be a damn show-off about it. Can I do partial transformations?
We haven't really dug into that. I know
Yeah.
there's a role for it. It's like it's a very specific thing with.
Might be a gift.
I think you can do it. I don't have it as a quick thing. I mean, are you wanting to just like slash your own hands?
Slash. Yep. Shink slash. I forgot the sound effect.
Snicked.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second here. I'm gonna have a quick peek at
Were you
something.
trying
There
to
might also be a
Wolverine?
sharp rock.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Okay.
plenty of fucking rocks.
You just slice your hand on
I
a
just
rock.
kind of figured, you know, if I am a knife, why not use
Well,
it?
yeah, that's why when you asked me for a knife, I was like, they're touched my hand.
I am literally made to kill things. I do not know why. Why are you so dumb, Charlie? Why are you so dumb?
Okay, here we go. Partial transformation. Although it is painful, difficult, and rarely attractive, a guru with superior command over shapeshifting may transform parts of her body. A Krino's werewolf might shapeshift her claw or hand in order to hold and fire a gun, or shapeshift her eyes to lupus form to improve her night vision. A Hammond werewolf might change her ears for improved hearing, or grow some lupus fur to protect herself from the elements. Partial transformations require the expenditure of a willpower point and a successful dexterity and primal urge roll, difficulty 9.
Oof.
Failure indicates a wasted effort, while a botch causes lasting physical damage, one
Whoa.
aggravated wound per extra one after failure.
Oh, I am so doing this.
Let's roll some
Oh,
dice.
no.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Once you said lasting damage, I was like, oh.
This is why we're friends, because we are garbage people with our characters. We're like, what? We can make them more worse? Poor fucking Asa. And
Oh, yeah.
I've been stacking stuff from her frenzies. So.
She's like a half wolf by this point.
Pretty much. And he might be soon, too.
Well, I kind of already am, but we'll see what happens. Hacha!
Botch. Aw, wait.
Wait, what were you looking for?
9.
Failure!
Just
Nothing
a failure.
happens.
Failure.
Aw.
I got a 9, and I got a 1, I got an 8 and a 6. So it's just like, well, that ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's something delightful there for the
It
failure, though,
happens to
because like the
everybody,
idea of that, like you're probably trying so hard.
One finger is now permanent.
Yeah, it's not going to be that. You did not botch, so it can't be that.
That'd be
And
hysterical.
I'm not quite so grotesque that I'm just going to make you like do the thing in a cartoon where they just kind of fart instead. But here's. Because still, like, you tried for something, and that's digging really fucking deep. You suddenly feel like you have to throw up.
Oh no.
Like, you have reached so
Oh,
hard
boy.
that you, like, twisted a knot in your stomach, and you feel
Oh,
like
boy.
you're gonna hurl.
And I run out the cairn into the little cave thing and just.
You hear strange echoes from the rocks.
It sounds monstrous.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Must be a worm creature.
I'm gonna pick up my pace, but I will also be cautious because I don't know what that varmint is. I've never heard anything like that.
Okay, that was a failure. And we learned something.
Give me, while
Wow.
you're moving through,
Yes.
give me a perception and culture.
Wow. And which?
A perception and culture roll.
Okay.
I don't need your judgment.
Both of us are going to be judged.
I don't need either your judgment.
What am I looking for?
You're seeing just a hint of a smirk
7.
on her face.
You're a
that's
dog. You're not
marveling
supposed to be able to do
there.
that.
That's a 6. Nope, that's a 9. Yeah, I got 1.
You got one?
Mm-hmm. Because that's 2.
You get a funny feeling. It's not enough to be like you know, to force you the other way, but it feels like you shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Kind of like rolling into town, you knew that you broke protocol because of this nature of the emergency.
Right.
It's kind of that sort of sensation without it being like a physical, like, warning sign saying, hey, this is our territory. But there's something that just you feel like it feels intrusive.
I would probably like to see what I like get a little bit closer if it feels like I can without feeling more like that, but also be sort of on the down low.
Let me slack you something real quick, and we'll go
Okay.
back to Charlie hurling.
Cool. do some
All right.
oops, I paused.
I do not need sass from someone who won't stop being a wolf. I don't need sass from someone who won't stop being a human. I don't.
They're like the two opposites.
Yeah. But now have an unlikely bond.
Yeah. All right, fine. I gotta do something right. You need to do something. You'll do it yourself. Chin, you gotta help. Finger, shocking.
She's gonna help finger? What? Alright.
And
Slacked.
okay, I'd like to roll to find a nice, sharp, pointy rock.
Oh, you can find a nice sharp pointy rock. I'm gonna
Fantastic.
let you find a nice sharp pointy rock.
And into the hand it goes.
Okay.
Cringe.
You have stabbed yourself in the hand with a rock. Congratulations. I won't even make you roll for that.
Motherfucker. Whoa. That's
Language.
Actually,
kind of smart.
I'm like, I feel like you would take damage from that.
Oh, I definitely would.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're probably gonna take a point of damage from that.
That seems fair.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark off a point of damage. I'm not even gonna roll because rocks are really fucking hard, and if you've jammed in your own hand, it's not gonna feel very nice.
Okay. So, I'm going to kind of just push Shan aside a little bit. Okay. Do you guys remember what it looked like? You know what? I'll figure it out. And I trace it with blood.
You haven't seen it.
No.
So and what's up there is very faded. You can make out some of it.
I bark at him and then I draw it in the sand with my paw.
All right. Now, is that the mirror thing, or is that just, you know what? I'll figure it out.
Will you?
Will I?
I don't know. How much are you paying attention? How much are you just rushing in to slather blood on the wall?
Considering how I have Enigmas 4 and Occult 3, and Charlie's like a big werewolf fanboy, I'm gonna go ahead and say he's probably taking this a little more seriously than I'm acting. So, yeah, he's paying good attention to what Sigrun drew in the dirt.
Okay. Since you made such a big show of the various things that are on your character sheet,
I didn't mean to.
why don't you give me intelligence and enigmas?
Not my dump stat. What's my difficulty?
7.
1,
Yeah, you
2,
good.
3, 4.
Okay. You're able to kind of suss it all out because you still need to make sure it's in the right place. So you take a little bit more time in doing it. It's not just like, blood on wall now.
Splat,
Do
splat,
thing.
splat,
Do
splat.
thing. All right.
Right, and I take a step back.
The vibration of everything around you guys just amps up. And something feels very awake.
Once he's done, I'm gonna walk up and do the same. So I'll use just like a claw to
Well, sure, make it easy.
just a little, and then trace it also on top.
It's hard because we don't have Nick here. So, this is not where I thought things were going to go tonight either. So.
I make bad decisions and lean
Actually,
into them.
I'm going to say you do it, and it doesn't really seem to amp it up anymore.
Okay.
It's been activated.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the stuff for your totem. So yeah, I mean this definitely like picks up something fierce.
Once I'm done, I'm gonna go and kind of sit between Jeremiah and the doorway just in case.
Because you came out of the cave. Because were you doing that on the symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I left I left our little cairn area to
Yeah.
puke, and then I came back in. So I guess you can track that smell if you want. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, what do you want to?
I think I can kind of. Can I kind of tell pretty directly what direction they're in? Then I would like to howl,
Okay.
followed by a "Hey y'all!" Like, "Hey y'all!"
Okay.
It's Patsy, but I mean, I don't know. They'll know wolf howl, but I don't know that they know mine.
Yeah, I mean they might not necessarily know yours. You guys, like this whole thing is just like ramped up to the dial went up to 11, and in the middle of all of this sound just kind of like cuts through, and you're you know the howl reaching you, and then her saying, "Hey y'all, this is Patsy," but it sounds very distant, but it's echoing through all of this sort of labyrinth of rocks.
I'm going to do something Charlie hasn't done this entire campaign. He's not going to say anything.
Excellent.
He's kind of in awe right now.
Jeremiah's gonna, oh, it's Patsy. I better go see what she wants. Except struggling harder, like, better go see what she wants. And I'm gonna.
And there's sort of an innate sense, now that this thing is amped up, it's like that kind of thing between your shoulders, like, this is your place. This is your territory. And even though you guys know Patsy, it is also, it seems maybe intrusive. Let's see. So, I was pulling up the totems, because the pack totem, we hadn't really gone into that, so let me pause for half a second and read this for you guys, too.
All right.
So, totem, a trait does not apply directly to character, but to the pack's totem. Background points invested in this trait, which you guys did. by all characters in the pack are pooled to determine the power of the totem. Pack totems are avatars of the totem they represent, in this case Fenris, so it's the totem of the Fenris wolf spirit. They cannot be destroyed or bound into fetishes unless a pack is disbanded. If a totem is reduced to 0 power, it will reform elsewhere. During this period, the totem may not be reached by pack members. Each totem has a background cost rating. The pack must spend the amount to ally with that totem. Some totems are willing to lend great powers to their devotees. These totems are more costly than others. The base totem spirit has 7 points to divide betwixt rage, willpower, and gnosis, with a base power of 20. Yada yada, etc. things. Totems lend special potencies to pack members, such as gifts or abilities. However, these powers may only be used by one pack member at a time per turn. Each turn, the pack members borrowing the powers must declare upon whom he endows them for the next turn, or if he'll keep them. The exception is renown. Any extra points spent after the totem's background cost has been spent can be added to the totem's powers as listed below. So we'll probably want to break that out when Nick is here and can also have a say.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically at this point you guys have activated this thing, and it's a very binding feeling because you are all putting something into it, even though you were the only one that put blood on it. Because everybody in the pack was present, it was enough for one pack member to make a sacrifice on behalf of the group to activate the totem.
Rad.
Dun 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 dun.
We did the thing!
Yes. You turn it on. It's like the video game where you finally did the clue and you heard the like click. Oh, okay, you solved the puzzle now. Meanwhile, there is a
Patsy
fellow Gru that you guys know who's outside hollering in.
And who now feels intruderish.
Yeah. Well, it's this is a place that is yours.
Given that, I'm gonna go out there to greet her so she doesn't come in.
Okay.
Still in lupus form.
Yeah, and you know how to get out there. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stare at our new totem.
Beautiful.
Okay. You do that.
How hard do I stare? Do I need to roll for that?
If you would like to.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you
letting
No, I'm gonna let you two do stuff.
You guys are going outside. I don't
yeah.
need to tell you how you interact with each other.
Hey there, Blossom, preacher.
Awesome. Looks
You're
very
a pretty thing, you know it.
Sigrun.
Yes, ma'am. Sigrun.
Well,
Are
I'm
y'all
like,
okay?
I'm like fighting annoyance against her, and I don't know why. It's like an inherent, I'm annoyed that you're here, but he doesn't know why, so he's like holding it back.
Get out of my room, Mom.
Get out of my room!
I was leaving town and I just, something weren't right. There was that fire in the barn.
Oh, right.
Somebody started it.
We did not find the culprits yet.
And I've completely forgotten about that fire. 1,000-yard stare.
Preacher, you okay? You don't look okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna reach out to touch Preacher's like forehead. Just
Do
to
you
be like
do you let her do this?
in a sort of, you okay? Like
I think he's
How
going to be
much bending
surprised.
happens?
He's going to be surprised and start at it and be like, yes.
you seem a little flushed.
A lot has been happening.
Everything okay?
We are well. Charlie threw up.
That's what I heard.
Now you heard that. That's embarrassing.
It was quite loud.
How
is very
embarrassing for
loud.
him.
Right? It was. Yes. It has replaced any other embarrassing incidents that I might have seen
He has been.
Oh, that's
because of
comforting.
hearing that. Because that was That was a little strange. Other than that, how's Sweetnie's doing?
Sweet.
He okay? I noticed he's not
knees be
here.
sweet?
They're kind of adorable.
Did you taste them?
Not yet.
She just looks very disturbed.
I know, she's like,
You
How's
cannot,
Jeremiah react to that?
you cannot eat him.
I would, well, you and I should talk, pretty thing.
I think
yes,
that
I
will
hear
not be
you.
necessary.
No. I think that I might be of some
Divorce.
assistance. Have you found a cairn?
Oh goodness.
For your pack?
I think that the
Give me a
silence
high
might
low.
have given that way.
High or low?
Give me a high or low.
High.
Okay, it's high. The stupid thing doesn't happen.
Oh, we like stupid things. Stupid things.
Can I roll against that?
Yeah,
Sure.
High or low?
Low.
Stupid thing.
Stupid thing happened.
Stupid things are.
I rolled
That-
a 1.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
no,
that's
I can't
incredible.
counter that. So from deep within the caves, you hear, Germ! Sig! Get back here! Oh my god, I'm losing my mind down here. This is the best!
You guys hear it, and it's echoing like, "This is get down here! It's the best, the best, the best!" Like,
And he just comes running up, shirtless, just jeans, got the nice V going on, and he tackles you. He tackles Jeremiah. They like tackle hugs.
Aww.
He's just on cloud nine. Like,
My cold, dead heart.
we found a can! Holy! Well, howdy.
Hi there. Your first time, I assume.
Well, not my first time, but first time in a while. Wink.
Down, boy.
Oh, come on, don't be jealous.
Not.
I think Preacher's not feeling so well.
I'm fine. I'm
Maybe
good.
a group hug.
Oh no.
I will.
Oh,
It'll
no.
be okay.
Oh no.
It'll be okay.
You
Patsy's
know what?
gonna
I
just
wanted to do this to you for a
move
while.
in for the
Hug.
huge hug.
oh, are you moving in for
Yeah.
the hug?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a roll because I don't think
Okay.
you're going to be down.
No, I'm not down.
Let's have Dex and Brawl, guys.
Do I have
Yay,
to roll as
Dixon
well?
Wolf.
I don't know.
Roll
Are you,
for-
are
He
you
also
engaging in
reached-
this?
Oh, I already tackle hugged him, so
Okay.
I kind of figured it was just more like a.
Yeah.
With Charlie,
Hug.
it's
You
different.
guys are packed.
We're in a pack.
And I assume you were just like, and it was like very out of left field.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This
go ahead
other
and show my
person-
age real quick. It was a glump.
A glove.
Glump.
Oh my gosh, I so long.
I know. I was thinking
Okay.
about this day, but it's like,
I'm gonna do
Alright,
this.
God,
let's
I'm
say
old.
it's
Give you
a
that.
Oh, she's using it.
I don't have Dixon
hell of a
Brawl.
player dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's difficulty 6. I
Okay.
love that we're having a roll-off as to whether or not Jeremiah gets a hug.
Hug,
Honestly,
hug,
if
hug,
it's
hug,
non-consensual, there should be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
because
In
on-
all
Agreed.
honesty,
on Razor Ridge, Werewolf the Wild West,
Yeah.
it's all about consent.
Yes.
Guru is not consent.
yeah.
That's true.
True.
They're consensual.
Okay.
Consent wolves.
Yeah.
It was a dangerous game.
Okay.
Oh, my god.
Is that 4? 10?
Five. I've got
Wow,
five.
that's a hell of a hug roll.
It's a nice.
Your roll, madam.
It's a nice hug. It's not like
Nope.
illicit.
I only got 2.
Patsy is an overbearing personality and just comes right in, and you're kind of edging away. You manage to get up with your back against the rocks behind you, and she just comes up and
I like to think of it as being charismatic rather than overbearing, but I guess it's all in the point
big
of view.
personality.
Yeah.
Probably overbearing as
Yeah.
far as you're concerned, Jeremiah.
I am a messenger of God, and this is too much, lady.
I think Patsy goes in for the like genuine therapeutic like
There,
Preacher
hug.
is not like a big feel better hug, but if I notice that you're very uncomfortable, she would totally pull back.
Like it's a
Like you're
plank of
supposed
albino
to.
Yeah.
wood. And
Yeah.
not in the shippable way, in the no, this is bad way.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I would just like you to feel well.
I feel very well. I have the spirit of the Lord
Yeah, you do.
within me. You do.
So, yes, we have a cairn, and there is a spirit I'd like to talk to, and I'd like you to talk to it, because, Buddy and Arm Around, we are pack mates, right?
Why must I be the one to talk to it?
You don't have to be the one to talk to it, but you should be there. Please, come on, please, for me. Please.
You kind of need to, as one of the pack, you kind of need to do it.
And you are getting the biggest, gingeriest puppy dog guys.
I think he's going to have to roll for this.
Are you going
We can roll against each other.
All right.
You want to?
Again.
Because
Yes.
you don't want to go back in there?
Yeah, I don't want to go.
So, performance, charisma.
That's definitely going to be charisma. What are you trying to do exactly to
I want
get
my
him to go back in there with you?
Being adorable.
Do you... What the fuck, man? You guys are just... I'm hurting my brain.
At the World Darkness game, like, stab someone in the back. Cry about your daddy issues. Don't be hugging.
Don't roll for a hug.
I don't know.
We've rolled for hugs multiple times in this game.
do either expression or empathy, because empathy is going to be if you're kind of more like, hey, we're all in this together, we're a pack.
All right, I'm gonna go with empathy.
Go with empathy and charisma. I'm guessing it's charisma. You mean this genuinely, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What
so
do
I'm
I
gonna
use?
say that.
Does my showman specialty apply?
You're being genuine. You're not being a showman.
Yeah, you could be a genuine and put on
No,
a
you
show.
can't. Go ahead and roll sixes, and then we'll have a.
What do I use to resist?
That is 2, because I rolled a 1.
Oof.
I guess roll the same thing against him. It's a charisma and empathy. This is you kind of your resolve against him. I guess. I don't know, guys. The book doesn't prep you for when people want to hug each other or want each other to go in the
werewolf,
cairn.
go figure.
1.
I only got 1. All right.
Jeremiah, please, Jerry, please, Jerm, please.
And something
please.
inward will like pull him towards wanting to do it, despite himself.
Okay. You guys wanted to roll
All right.
it. All right, I wasn't going to make you do
I
it.
thought it was fun. Now I like rolling against each other for everything.
Welcome to my world.
Rolling power.
I will do it for you.
You always
And
were
our
my
friendship.
favorite. Now, my lovely Patsy, would you care to come see our new cairn? I'm inviting you as, well, sure as hell ain't the alpha, but as a member of this.
Alphas aren't an actual thing.
I'm aware.
Just reminding you.
You're literally aware.
Charlie?
Oh.
Oh, in the world to me.
I bow and offer my arm.
Are you guys okay with letting
I'm gonna-
a strange guru into this cairn that you've just discovered? Because I don't think Jeremiah would have necessarily had any background with that.
No, he wouldn't.
It seems like Charlie would have had something, but he's still left from wherever he was, or at least is familiar with cairn.
I was New York, huge cairn, very social, very welcoming. You know.
And given Sigrun's background,
Fiona.
I imagine that the werewolves that she was around also had a cairn in Colorado. I'm guessing because you said there were quite a number of them that Sigrun learned from.
A small pack, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine they probably had a cairn.
Probably, yeah.
Something that they went and did tribute at. So you guys are familiar with it. This is him doing his etiquette, inviting in another guru that is not pack.
Now, just mostly because I don't know the etiquette, like out of character me doesn't know the etiquette. Is that something abnormal?
The thing is, a cairn is a sort of like place of power. It's a sacred place. Think of it as basically werewolf church.
Okay.
And this is it is your like church. It is your like refuse, like, I mean, it or not refuse, but a refuge.
Refuge, yeah.
Yeah, not refuse.
Definitely not.
Although it looks pretty much garbage with big old blood smear on the wall. You know, so this is a safe place of power for the pack that's meant for the pack.
Right.
And most packs, they can welcome someone else in,
Okay.
but it's gonna probably be a more mutual choice.
Okay.
So if you're okay with it, I don't know what your character, what you envision her background is by way of the sociability of the werewolves that she was around. Some are going to be more protective, and some are going to be more like, come on in, partner, we'll have a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fianna are definitely part of their whole tribe is, let's be social, let's be friends with everyone, except for those metas.
How ironic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So for Charlie, inviting someone into your cairn, that's
Nature
just polite.
versus nurture, okay?
Yeah.
He made a choice, Jeremiah.
Because I was going to do this anyway before he came barreling out and spilled the cairn beans to Patsy.
The Karen bean.
Cairn Baines.
Cairn beans.
Now that it really matters, I want to try and suss out her motivation, like see if I can kind of like perceive if she's genuine in like coming back to help, or,
Sure.
or if I think she's sketchy.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
Sense motive.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be, definitely going to be perception.
Okay.
You're trying to see if she's...
Was it perfect?
I actually am thinking it might be subterfuge. Because you're trying to suss out if she's trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have subterfuge, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel with that because you're not trying to find out something supernatural. You're trying to find out the underlying motivations.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would think it would be.
Okay. What's my difficulty? 6? Oh, I have help a player dice. Let's use this. Yeah.
I'm actually thinking this may have to be. Well, you're not paying attention necessarily to the fact that she's trying to suss you out, or are you? Because you're pretty much interacting with Charlie at this point.
Yeah, I think though, honestly though, her motivation for coming back is not wholly unaltruistic. Like there's something going on here that she is definitely curious about, and that she had sort of, I don't know, bonding with these folks. Now that she's here, there are other things that are definitely of interest, but her reason for coming back isn't necessarily all self-motivating. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just told you anyway.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, but
roll the dice
roll
anyway.
perception and subterfuge to see if you
Yeah.
get the sense of that. Because you're still in lupus form, and I imagine like you'd be probably trying to smell for if she smelled like she was anxious.
God damn.
I got 4 above 6. So, okay.
Yeah,
So she seems legit.
You don't, like, normally if somebody is trying to lie, there's going to be that scent of, like, anxiety or nervousness or something. It's kind of like a lie detector sort of test. You're not really smelling anything where you're like, she seems worried or concerned or trying to be particularly...
Okay. If that's the case, then I don't have a problem with her coming into the cairn.
I would definitely tell you though that, because that's a good role, right?
That's a
I mean, that
great role.
there is something that has piqued her interest. So even though I came back because of just like something's going on here and those people, they seem nice.
Pretty sure Sigrun can figure out what piqued your interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that, you can tell she seems particularly keen.
Okay.
And there are other scents and hormones that can go, pheromones that go with certain things. So you may be picking up a soupçon of that as well.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems legit. Okay, she can come in.
Yeah, you understand animal magnetism and signals between.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Jeremiah doesn't
Excellent.
know anything or any better, so
Doesn't really care to either, I don't think.
no, he doesn't want to know any better.
All right. Like I said, I was posing it to you guys because, as I always state, we're learning this game together, and I want to make sure you guys understand all of your options. And I'm also neurotic when it comes to werewolf lore, and so that seems like something you guys should be aware of. Okay.
Yeah.
Do as you will, guys.
All right, Charlie. Holds out the arm to escort you down to the cairn proper. So, what do we find when we get down there?
The cairn that you left.
And
With the
Chen.
blood smeared on the wall, and Chen is there meditating. I feel
Still
really bad for
meditating.
Nick right now because this isn't what I thought you guys were going to do today.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay,
Nick.
cool. They'll leave
Sorry,
the cairn, and he'll just sit there and he's going to meditate on it for a while, and they'll fuck off and go do something. Nope. That's,
No.
Nope,
Nope,
we are
nope,
all
nope.
about
Two-
this cairn.
2 hours of cairn. All right.
You know, they say you've seen one Karen, you've seen them all. That ain't entirely true. This place seems special.
You can definitely sense the resonation in this cairn. And so cairns are already a seat of power. The totem is something that is above and beyond as well. So this is an additional layer, and you may not have encountered that particular thing before. So it
Okay.
feels like, okay, I'm in a cairn. I've been in cairns before. This seems distinctly like it's
More
really
extraordinary.
alive.
What
There's
is
so, like
the-
there's like a presence in there.
Do I see the totem that
You see blood
marked?
smeared on the wall in a
Okay.
symbol.
Is that unusual? Not the blood smeared on the wall, but like to have.
There
sort
would
of-
be probably like some blood rituals, and you've got the wild hunt and stuff.
Okay.
But this is very particular. I don't know that you would have seen this
Okay.
specifically before. I mean, unless you want to roll,
Yeah.
why don't you? Do you want to give me
a
maybe
cult-
intelligence and culture? Because this is going to be
Sure.
more like guru culture,
Intelligence and culture.
Yeah.
I'll just do a little.
like a
back.
more studious look at it.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to use one of my guys, so I only have one left.
6s.
Okay, that's. Oh, but did you say something about ones?
Ones
Ones
cancel out
cancel.
successes.
Yeah, so then it makes it 0 because I
Zero?
got 2, but I got 2 ones.
Oh.
Not a botch, but a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't seen this before.
Okay.
This is new.
Do I know that there is something though that where members of the pack need to participate in kind of bonding or
Generally in cairns, that is something that
Okay.
happens because cairns are basically like I said, they're a refuge, but they're also like the recharge zones. They're basically
Okay.
like you plug your guru in to charge overnight.
yeah.
So there are
Okay.
things that
You
are
gotta charge your
done
gurus.
as a pack to honor Gaia and the spirits to basically regain gnosis and willpower and things of that nature. Usually it's the wild hunt, so it's like you have somebody that summons
Okay.
a spirit form of an animal, and then the pack goes and ritualistically kills it, thanks it for its power, eats its power. It's
Okay.
very Highlander. So you would be
Full of
used
fiber.
to
Very Celtic.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would probably be something that you have experienced before, but not necessarily this additional layer of
Yeah.
whatever's going on, because it feels like and you guys are starting to feel it too, like this thing is waking up, and it feels like a presence. Like it ramped everything up, but it's also itself a presence. And mostly you just
There-
kind of yelled at and said, "Talk to me."
There is something truly special here. And preacher, you're a part of that. Have you partaken? Have you participated?
I'm here.
I did. He holds up his hand and waves. It's just like,
Your
It's
pack
scabbed
needs
over.
you.
that's what I've been saying.
He's gonna just clench and unclench his fists.
Look, Jeremiah, we need you. I need you.
Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Are ya?
Oh, snap.
To the quick, sir.
Really? Yeah.
It's almost like Charlie's been playing dumb.
What do you need me to do?
Look, I'm not saying you gotta cut your hand open and, make the little thing on the wall or nothing. You don't even have to do what Chen's doing. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in the Umbra or Mars. I'm not sure.
Same difference.
But, I don't know, just believe?
Oh, that's gonna take longer than this.
Maybe not that, but I don't know, just if not belief, acceptance.
I will accept that I am here in this room with y'all.
Preacher,
Go ahead.
do you believe in these people? Your pack? These people that stand by you?
Yes.
Love your fellow guru?
I prefer man.
Man, also. Woman, man. Your pack.
Lady Wolf.
She is very special. You are special as well. And they need you. This pack needs you.
I am here, and that is all I can say. And I hope that helps you in some way. That rhymed.
Right.
That was in character.
Blue fish.
You're okay. Look, I am clearly a bit more into this than you. I get it. I accept that. I've accepted that since we met. I've also accepted that you're our judge. You're the mediator. And if your mediation's going to be between being here and being out there, you just kind of motions to the town proper, then fine. But he looks over to the cairn marking the thing on the wall. I think you just got to make sure it knows you're on its side. I mean, come on, that's pretty close to God there. Maybe not. Okay, you're Catholic, right?
Yes.
So it's a saint. Does that make it better?
But I know that it is not.
It's close.
It could be.
Well, what?
You don't even know what a saint is.
Do you know every saint? What if there is a new saint?
God made all creatures, did he not?
Yes.
And he made man in his image.
Yes.
Man who builds buildings and churches and barns and fences and cairns.
Well, what would you like me to do again?
Talk to it.
Perhaps if you all endeavored to do it together.
Chen, could we get you in on this?
I don't want to take agency away
Yeah.
from Nick.
Okay.
However, because this is the route you have chosen tonight, and I don't feel like we should end it quite this early.
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
going to say, and I'm sorry, Nick, and I will retcon this if you don't want it. I'm going to say that Chen stands up and nods and says, I believe that's what it wishes from us.
Come on, I'll hold your hand. And
Patsy will take a step back just to be like,
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to pause for a few seconds, and he will take Charlie's hand.
oh,
I'll go and
You know, I was joking, but
stand next to you and put
Oh,
my head
I'm not
Well-
complaining.
I didn't know you were joking. I thought we were all gonna hold hands.
I go and stand next to Jeremiah on the other side and put my head under his hand.
Okay. And I'm gonna say then Chen comes on the other side of you, and probably more of like a hand on the shoulder.
Oh, come on. Complete the circle, buddy. All right, fine, I'll take it.
Forgive me, Nick. I hope I'm doing this right.
There'd be more witty insults, but so far in character.
As you all come together and physically connect and are united as one, facing this totem, you start to hear this rushing, growling sound moving through, mixed with the sounds of the wind coming through all of the tunnels. You just hear kind of sound rushing in. You guys kind of get this like almost like push from it, and the symbol on the wall lights up bright red.
Nice.
What do you guys do? And you can feel, it feels like there's something in the room with you, like almost like it's a giant wolf moving around you, but you guys can't actually see anything, but it feels like there's something moving in the room despite being unable to, you literally do not see anything in this room, and the shadows are being cast back from all of you as this red light goes. I mean, you can see you're standing off back. It's that like dramatic shadows like slashing across the floor away from the symbol.
I'm just gonna start to howl like a like kind of like a hello howl, but also like a veneration, like you'd give to like a wolf that was much more powerful and older than you.
You do that, and you feel this kind of and this like huff of like warm air on the back of your neck, and it's not a unpleasant thing. It's not an intimidation thing. It's like a recognition.
I'm going to follow. I do the same thing.
And you feel, you know, even though Chen is standing right next to you, you still feel, you feel something brush right past your shoulder, and it feels like maybe like a flank, but it's huge that it's like brushing past your shoulder.
Whoa.
Creepy.
Wow. Jeremiah is gonna have a single tear.
Oh.
Single tear moment.
And when you do that, you feel a little puff across your face that dries the tear away. And it almost feels like when you're next to like a warm fire, and the wind changes and picks up a little bit and just blows that nice puff of warm air towards your face.
This is too much.
Oh, this is a great session. I'm loving it.
That's amazing.
And you almost feel this presence, like I said, you can't see it, but it seems to settle in front of you, and you just get the sense of something that's just sitting before you. But it's a silent, immense power.
I lower my head in respect.
Same.
I love the beat there, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah is just gonna, you know what, he'll do the same. Drop his head. Maybe not necessarily in respect, but in overwhelmed, like
Yeah. And I'm going to say Chen will probably have also followed suit, and potentially before all of the rest of you figure
Oh yeah,
this
no,
out.
he's a smart one.
Yeah. And it's just that reverence, you, like, trying to think how to describe it. You seem to understand the nature of this thing that's before you. There's not words. It's not about a verbal communication. It's just a sensation and an understanding. And you get the sense of you're being questioned are you willing to give as you are asked in order to receive the gifts that this spirit can bring to you? And you get flashes of like the wild hunt and, you know, the sensation of, like, you know, running through the actual, you know, wilderness, and also the sense of not backing down if an aggressor comes towards you. And just, it's basically asking, are you willing to, you know, hunt in my name and to obey what, you know, I ask of you, and to do your best to be representative of this spirit and carry its will out into the world. Because it's not just I'm going to give you gifts and go away. It is, if you want from my power, you are going to have to give in return. But it seems to be offering more power than you currently have, and that it will be something that is a protective and guiding thing as well, and sort of a guardian of this cairn.
Sigrun does not hesitate. She barks a yes. Yep. That's what I came here for.
I pledge myself to you, Fenris.
Jeremiah is gonna say yes, but he's hardly gonna like be aware that he's saying it. It's just like he's being like pushed to say it. Something inwardly. So he just says it.
And with that, for a second, you get a glimmer of a giant wolf-shaped shadow and a flash of yellow where the eyes would be. And then the symbol just blinks out. And you get this rush that what was lighting and powering that symbol has now passed and actually come into you guys. So you actually feel that power, like it's just like this recharged sense from it. But also that this is a bond and you have made a pact with this spirit. I feel like that's a really good place to end.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
That was good.
That was great.
Wow.
Good session.
Wow.
10 out of 10. 5 stars.
Yeah.
A plus.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
Wood session again?
Yeah.
Wood session again.
Real
10 out of
session
10.
again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Session again.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so
We have to wait.
I know.
Ugh.
It's hard, the every other week thing, especially when you got all that adrenaline going from
We
the
did.
game.
Wait, we
You're
did
like,
switch around. Does that affect?
Oh,
our
yeah.
votes?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yes.
I think what's happening, actually, I think we're off for 2 weeks and then we're back.
Aww.
Yeah.
What's going on they want to talk about?
None of them. Nope.
My show Uncanny Valley will be returned to Saving Throw show in January.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
and I'm actually making a brief return over to Saving Throw as well. I'm going to be GMing a 3-parter starting this Friday and then running the next 2 consecutive Fridays of Teenagers from Outer Space.
Yes.
Subtitle, Holly Jolly Golly.
Oh
And
my!
it will be my holiday-themed Teenagers from Outer Space 3-parter that's going to be set in the 1950s because I feel like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that should be
sounds
good. It's
super
actually
fun.
going to be all ladies at the table, too.
Yeah.
Isn't intentional, but I'm going to have an
Nice.
all-woman table, which is
cool.
Oh, yeah.
kind of, a little nice, and you don't
Yeah.
see it a lot, so that should be good times.
Yeah, and we have a couple campaigns ending here at Happy Jacks, but we're new year, new stuff coming in.
Yeah.
So we have a couple new games starting in the new year.
And I'm sure the schedule will also be up
Yes,
for
we've got a
people.
schedule, so we will push that out there.
Yeah, I don't have all the information about the new games because
Yeah.
I suck and have been a little underwater lately, so...
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all
I
on
don't-
the internet.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Internet
it's
machine.
getting finalized, some of the stuff still, too. So
Yeah.
cool.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for the help of players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Always
Thank
awesome.
you.
And make it really interesting when they start having interpersonal stuff that I have them roll for.
In a werewolf game.
I mean, interpersonal is fine. They're like, can I roll for them?
Yeah.
If you want to roll for
Hey,
them, right?
hey,
slug.
I just want to rub it in the vampire's face. Werewolves can have feelings too. What?
Yes, that's true.
Vampires have feelings. They're just not
You're all
good.
fluffy,
No,
so why
vampires
would there
don't
not
have
be
any
feels?
good feelings.
Right? There's all that hair.
There are a lot of feels this game.
So
Sometimes if
we'll
there's
see
a
you guys
tornado
in
your party,
a
they're
few
not even your
weeks.
feelings.
Yeah.
Tune back in.
Bye.
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 Love you, bye, love you, bye, love you, bye.